Borussia Dortmund 2, Barcelona 3. Barcelona go to a difficult away ground in the Signal Iduna Park and manage to get 3 points on the road, which puts them now second place in the UCL standings, 3 points behind Liverpool, who are currently the best team in the world. They have been perfect in the UCL, and deservedly so. They have been playing out of their mind. Barcelona, like I said, they go to this electric stadium and they managed to get the 3 points. It wasn't the best of games you'll see. It was a scrappy win. Both teams weren't, the most controlled, but getting the 3 points in a situation like this, considering the circumstances, is definitely something that a team should be proud of. And let's talk about it. So if we start off with the starting lineups, uh, Barcelona now they have most of their team back. Most of the injured players are back, but the players that have come back after these long injuries, they're still not really up to speed with the game. So you still have this starting lineup that's been used since the start of the season, and Dortmund were missing Adeyemi, they were missing Brandt, so there was some switch ups in the lineup for Dortmund. Let's take a look here. So we had Iñaki Peña, Balde, Inigo Martinez, Kubarsi, and Kunde in the back line. We'll talk about the back line a bit later. Pedro Casado in the double pivot midfield, that's been working very well so far this season. Rafinha, Olmo, Lamine Yamal, and Lewandowski in the attack. Now, this is the lineup that's been used since the start of the season for Hansi Flick. This is the lineup that's been used primarily because some of the bigger players have been injured, like Gavi, like Araujo, and they're both back now, but they're not up to speed with the game. But it did well yesterday, considering the stadium they played at. The level this lineup was performing at the start of the season was way higher than what it is now, but they managed to get the 3 points. That's really all that matters in a game like this. Dortmund started with Kobel, Rierson, Emre Can, Schlotterbeck, and Ben Sebaini. Decent backline, nothing special. Schlotterbeck was the main man of that. Sabitzer, Mecha, who was very good yesterday. I mentioned him in the preview. He's a very good midfielder. Gio Reyna, which was a pretty surprising start. I didn't expect him to start. I thought Mullen's going to start, and what he opted for, Nuri Sahin opted for Reyna in the midfield, and then he put Duranville, Garassi, and Jamie Gittins up top. And this game, it started off pretty controlled. Barcelona went into it. They were keeping possession. They finished the first half with 71% possession. Barca played how Barca usually should play, controlling the game and waiting to create their chances. But once that second half came, it was just completely broke down, and it was just scrappiness. It was chaos ball. There wasn't really long periods of possession for either team. And even the goals came off of quick turns of possession. Someone lost the ball, and then the team capitalized on that for both teams. Even Dortmund like that, Barca like that. And if you take a look at the first goal of the game, all 5 goals came in the second half. The first goal, Pedri does some good work to get out of the Dortmund press in his own half. He puts a ball in, and Dani Olmo, by the way, I've said it on Twitter, him receiving the ball on the turn and getting past whatever player is pressing him from behind is one of the most guaranteed things I've seen in the sport ever. I mean, every time he receives the ball and he has to turn past somebody coming in, it's almost 100% done with ease. Every single time he gets past a player, he knows where they are. He knows how to deceive them with his touch, and he gets past him. Olmo does very well with that. He gets past Mecha, who had a handball. I think the ball slightly touched Olmo's hand as well, but it was nothing. It was pretty natural. Olmo put his arm around Mecha. It was a natural thing, and it slightly touched his finger. Mecha actually touched the ball with his arm completely. It was nothing, illegal in the play other than the advantage that was given to Barcelona. And Olmo puts in a nice through ball for Rafinha, who was always gonna, get past the defense there, stay on his side because he is a really fast player. Emre Can couldn't keep up, and I thought he was gonna square that ball to Lamine Yamal. He managed to finish it on his own, 1-0 Barcelona. And at that point, I thought Barcelona were going to run away with it. I thought Barcelona were going to, do what they've done this season so far, score the first goal and then second, third, fourth, fifth, whatever it may be. That wasn't the case because the back line has been pretty poor recently in terms of focus, in terms of ability to build out of the pressure. And we saw that yesterday. Right as soon as Rafinha scored, instantly Borussia Dortmund put the pressure on, and as soon as he scored, both goals that happened, Barca would score the goal to take the lead, and instantly Borussia Dortmund would turn the pressure on and have a chance as soon as the kickoff happened. So Barca 1-0 up, and then Dortmund's attacking. Bino Gittins, Duranville are getting past the fullbacks. Kunde did decently, but he still got beaten too many times by Jamie Gittins. Dortmund was putting in crosses, and at some point, one of the crosses came in, and Kubarsi pushes Guirassy. Now, first of all, it's definitely a penalty. Doesn't matter how soft the contact is. Based on the contact, that's a penalty. The only question I have is, was Guirassy offside? Which he was. Now, should the offside count in that push? I think it should count offside because when the cross happened, as soon as the ball was played, which was before the foul happened, Guirassy's rendered offside. But the referee didn't check that. Whatever. It's a penalty for Dortmund, and it was, it was 1-1 Barca Dortmund. And at that point, Barca had to restart. It was a tie game again. Time to go at it again. And then, the subs were made. You see over here, once it was 1-1, De Jong comes in, Ferran Torres comes in, and Fermin Lopez comes in. Nuri Sahin also put Pascal Gross, who had a decent impact in the game. So did Daniel Malin. And then Ferran Torres, of course, scores. Lamine Yamal puts in Koundé on the right flank. Koundé puts in a very hard but precise cross to Fermin Lopez, who manages to get a very good volley on target there. That was a difficult shot to take first time. He managed to do it. Great save from Kobel and Ferran Torres, who did well to stay on side. He did very well to stay on side there because you could always stray offside in that situation. He puts the ball in, off the tap in, 2-1 Barcelona. And once again, you see over here, the 75th minute, Barca score. And it was very little time before the next goal. So Barca score 75th minute. And instantly again, Borussia Dortmund put on the pressure. I mean, instantly as Barca score, Borussia Dortmund are attacking. They're putting in crosses again. They're creating chances. The second goal came from a very good run from Pascal Gross. You can see here he got the assist. A deep run from Pascal Gross. He managed to take advantage of the offside trap. He wasn't offside. He squared the ball to Guirassy, who had an open net from outside the box. Easy finish, 2-2. And it was Inigo Martinez lost the ball there. He just cleared out. He cleared the ball out. He didn't actually try to find anybody. He cleared the ball out, and the Dortmund press won the ball in the interception and managed to make Barca pay for it. And the back line of Barcelona, they haven't been really focused lately. I'm not saying they've been woeful, but they've been conceding many more goals than they did at the start of the season. And the offside trap is doing decent. The run from Pascal Gross, you're not gonna catch everybody offside. They've done decently with the offside trap, but overall with the defending, it's been pretty shaky, and the fullbacks have been getting beaten too much by the wingers. Yesterday, even Balde was getting cooked. Across the last 5 or 6 games, Koundé's been getting destroyed by the left wingers. They need to wake up, because if they're gonna face players like Mbappe, Vinny, some of these better wingers, it's gonna be a difficult, long night for them. Then we go on to the third goal here. Now, there was a corner for Borussia Dortmund, and there was, someone from Barcelona cleared it out with a header. And then the Dortmund player made a poor pass. Pedri, the 3 or 4 Barcelona players were on the run. Pedri intercepts the pass. That was a poor pass. And instantly, they're on the attack. Barcelona counterattack. Pedri did very well to bring the ball up there with speed. He finds Yamal on a half-through ball, kind of, on the right side. Yamal, with the first touch, he cuts inside, and the second touch was finding Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres first did decent to stay on side there, but the speed at which Yamal did what he did to ensure Ferran Torres was onside was immaculate. I mean, Lamine Yamal, maybe he's not the best goal scorer yet. He's 17 years old. That's something that you can learn more as you get older. But his playmaking ability is off the charts. He's probably the best playmaker in the world currently. The amount of assists, the amount of chances he creates, the way he knows how to pass the ball, the way he knows when to pass the ball, is unbelievable for a 17-year-old, and that through ball was great. It wasn't just about the pass that he made, it was about when he made that pass. Ferran Torres was allowed to stay on side. And that first touch for Torres, woeful. I mean, the fact that was his first touch and how long he waited to take that shot, at the end of the day, it was a good shot. But like I said, again, the length at which he was waiting, the amount of time he was waiting to take that shot, Barca fans were like, what's this guy doing here, Take the shot already, score. But he ended up scoring 3-2 Barcelona, and then it was a bit of a, intense last 10 minutes for Barcelona. It was a bit of shakiness, you could still feel that Dortmund were going to score. And it's always like that for Barcelona, especially in the UCL. Even in La Liga recently, they would take the lead, and the other team would just look like they've become 10 times better. They have their goals going to come imminently. Barca managed to not concede, and, a 3-2 win away. The subs that Hansi Flick made, Ferran Torres, of course, proved to be insane off the bench for the goals. And he's been scoring a lot off the bench recently. But the 2 goals yesterday ensure one thing to me. And it's been recent, even the other games that he scored off the bench in La Liga. If he's going to continue scoring off the bench, that's a great role for him. But even yesterday, there was numerous times where he was touching the ball outside the box, and there were some really poor touches, really poor dribbling, and especially really poor pass attempts that could have ended in more goals for Barcelona. Through ball attempts, pass attempts to open space that he should have completed. And he should just stay in the box, honestly. He should just camp in the box and do not touch the ball outside the box, because there's very little impact that he gives when he does that. Just stay in the box, look for the goals, and that's it. Fabian Lopez did decent. He was there. He got the shot off for the second goal that ended up as a Torres goal. Nothing crazy, but he did decently. But when De Jong came in, I mean, at this point, this guy's got to go. Not only do Barca need to get him off the team in terms of what he's doing for the team, he's playing very poorly. He's also being paid 700,000 a week, euros, I think it is. So he's making that much money. He's not doing anything. He's one of the captains for some reason. I mean, what is this? And he also needs a new experience. I mean, you can see him mentally at Barcelona. He's not there. That you can see he's feeling the impact, the effect of the fans, hating on him. We're not hating necessarily, but we're saying, it's time to go, bro. Like, you're playing poorly. And he needs a new experience. He needs a new club to go to. I mean, he's been very poor. I know he came back from an injury recently, but overall his performances have been super woeful. All these guys have come back from injuries recently. Ferran Torres came back from an injury. Gavi came back from an injury. He's been pretty decent when he's played. These players are all. There's been many injuries for the team recently, but they've come back and they've had an impact. Frankie De Jong has been woeful. It's time to go already. Overall, though, if you take a look at the stats, Dortmund had a bit more XG because they had the open goal and they had the penalty. That's a lot of XG there. If you could actually take a look at the shots they took, let's see here. Let's see what are the goals here. Girassi, 80.81 XG was an open net, and then the penalty 0.79 XG. That accounts for more than half of their XG. But it says they have a lot of big chances here. The big chances they created were a lot of headers that were high up for Girassi to take. They weren't on target. Barca definitely, though, should have done better with defending whatever Dortmund did create and not giving away the penalty. Like I said, the defense is shaky. The midfield did pretty decent. Casado was winning balls everywhere. And Pedri, to be honest, in my opinion, didn't have the best of games, to be honest, Pedri. He made a lot of long pass attempts that didn't get to where they should have, or they just actually went out of play. And he wasn't, to the level he usually has been playing this season. But nonetheless, he still does things that don't get caught by stats, that don't get caught by the eye even when you're watching when you're watching a game. And he was the reason that third goal happened and that first goal happened. I mean, he's a wonderful midfielder, and when he does play, at the highest level, you can see it. I mean, he controls the game to a T. And even yesterday, like I said, he didn't play the best, but he still managed to do an unbelievable job and was imperative in two of the three goals that Barcelona scored. But yeah, this is the match review. Let me know what you guys think. Barca managed to do a superb job of getting 3 points. Overall, it wasn't the best performance. Barca, when you think of Barcelona, you think of a controlling team that controls a pitch and dominates the chances, high pressure on the ball, don't let the other team create many chances. It wasn't too much of that, but you're going to have these scrappy games sometimes, especially at these, electric stadiums away. It's going to be difficult to get the 3 points. They managed to do it. So good job for the team. The fans overall should be happy. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next video.